All right, welcome everybody to another top 100 ranked game. I think we're number like 40 global right now on Colonist. Today we're gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna do a voiceover over this game that I had recorded. I trimmed out some of the slow sections and just kind of cut it up. I wanted to just kind of talk about my experience at the regionals. So I'm in the Pacific Northwest, we so when I qualified in Washington, I went to the merchant side, which is the Northwest Regional for studios, and I'll kind of be going back and forth to talking about the game here that's shown on the screen and kind of to my experience at the regional. So here I'm picking some wheat. I love picking double wheat setups, as you've probably seen in my last videos, and then I get a free road to some ports. Pretty solid, pretty good production. Um, yeah, so I'm basically pointing to the 411 ore because if it's open, I can get it, and if if black doesn't get a free road, I can get it. But if not, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I have two other 3-for-1s, and there's lots of space to build on the east side anyway. So, anyways, um, looks like blue is getting kind of a road set up with wheat and sheep, and then red has like a road set up with no wheat. Probably that wood port looks really good, and then black decides to take that free road and to give up the extra wheat and sheep, which you could argue is not a good move. I mean, I think if he just goes 5-4-11, he has a really solid game, and he could still take 5-10 later on if blue doesn't. But yeah, so anyways, for the regional, for me, it wasn't too eventful, unfortunately, but it was a good time. It was really nice just getting to meet everybody again after last year's nationals. Unfortunately, it wasn't as many people. It was only, I think, 65 people compared to last year. It was 150 people at nationals. Um, so, yeah. So, anyways, I live in Washington, so I had to get a flight from Washington to California, and I wanted to get like the day before to have like a full whole day to just kind of check out San Francisco. That's where the regional was. But my flight got canceled and I had to take like a different flight, like 5 hours. That was 5 hours after. It was pretty brutal. I just had to wait at the SeaTac airport for like 4 to 5 hours. Um, but when I got to San Fran, I got to try out taking the public transit there. They have like the Spark system. It was pretty kind of confusing to use, but I eventually got to where I wanted to be. Uh, but yeah, I almost got lost in a few instances. But um, so yeah, on game day it was Saturday, um, and so I ended up rooming with my friend Josh from Hawaii. And in the morning we met up with the other three players from Hawaii, and it was a really good time. We just kind of hung out for a bit before the tournament started, and I got to know the guys from Hawaii really well. Um, so yeah, it was just me with four other Hawaiian players. And then when we got to the venue, we just had to like hang outside for a while because they weren't really open, and so it's just a bunch of random people like standing outside the venue, um, and got to kind of talk to other people from Washington and California, and then we finally got to go in, site register or whatever, and then they went through all the rules. Um, I got to talk to some of the online players I knew, kind of like Jack, Jack, Usher, and um, Sturdy, and yeah, it was really cool. Just getting to see them in person because I didn't meet Jack last year at nationals. Um, so I've played in the online scene for a very long time, so I've played with him many times in the PL League and King of Catan, PCL, and whatnot. So I'll kind of hop back to this game here. So red got their settlement really quickly because they have lots of road materials. Um, Blue's trying to get that triple hex spot. I got a bunch of roads, so I'm trying to place down them in an efficient manner and not like waste any cards or 7 out. And luckily, I got traded some ore, so I'm trying to prioritize a city. Um, both cities are really good. I'd say the double wheat city could get me another city faster, but I think in this case, I prioritize building out my space first and getting a city later. And also, the 4-8-10 is um, just more production than the 6-3-11. Yeah, so we'll see which one we city up. I forget if I city up first or settle on the port first. Anyways, game one starts, and funny enough, I'm actually at a table with two other of the Hawaiian players. So, like, I just, had a very nice breakfast with these guys, and now I'm playing my first match with them. So it was kind of tricky for me, kind of like that social dynamic. Like, I wanted to, take this game really seriously and get a good start and kind of be aggressive, but I also really wanted to kind of uphold that social dynamic of being kind and cordial. And um, so I was trying to find that balance, and I think I mean, I ended the game on 9, and I think I played really well. Maybe should have been a bit more aggressive in my table talk near the end, or at least the second half, to really secure that opportunity to win. But what ended up happening was I got a yop, and I was trying to do a sneaky road play, but then Tommy, who was one of the Hawaiian players, he had this he got a really early city and he had like a 5-8 wood brick. Um, and he ended up just buying one development card all game, and it was a monopoly card, and he monopolied like I forget what card he did. I think it was either the ore. Yeah, yeah, I think it was the ore. Um, I think I had like maybe three or something. My setup specifically, I'll try to post a picture of the final board for this first game, but um, I I picked fourth, and I didn't get to place on ore. I had to build out to the 6 ore, which I typically like to start on ore, but um, I had to build to it, which was fine. And I think I really liked my setup because it was kind of like a hybrid road play, and there was a 3 hex spot in the middle of the board that I was able to get. Um, so yeah, but unfortunately, I just when it, the timing just came out to be that I didn't get to 10 before Tommy did. Um, but it was a really good game. I think out of the 3 games I played, I think that was just the most fun and nice and just super chill. And yeah, I think from that game, I was like, okay, I really need to be a bit more aggressive and need to be more assertive. Um, yeah. So then the second game, it was me, another Washington player, shout out Yaz, and I think it was, yeah, Papa Sturdy or Trevor is his first name, and then a player from California. Um, Unfortunately, this board seemed really, really unbalanced, so I picked first on this board, and the other Washington player, Yaz, he picked fourth, and it just seemed like first and fourth were just so bad because there wasn't really one really good spot, but there was a good spot that I liked. It was a double wheat 8, 9, 10, and I felt like you just had to pick that as first because if you don't, it just leaves so much opportunity for other people to take that with the ore spots. But I ended up having to place on the coast with my first because it's sort of like a blocking spot, so everybody else gets the 3 hex spot and I don't. Um, but I felt like my setup had a really good synergy with Yaz's because I produced a bunch of wheat and sheep and some brick, and then Yaz produced just basically ore and wood. And so what was interesting, we both traded a lot very heavily, and we both got to like 4 or 5 points before the other two players got to like 3 points. I guess 3 or 4 points. So we were both looking really good, and I was like really happy with how we were playing and synergizing. But all of a sudden, like all of my sheep numbers just did not roll. I had 3 sheep hexes, and it was insane. I got to the sheep port, I had 3 sheep hexes, and then they just never rolled. And the sixes just popped off like crazy. There's one orbit where just 6 rolled all 4 rolls in one orbit. And so the player with 2 6s ended up winning easily. And I think halfway, yeah, like I said, I got to 5 points, and then at the end, I ended up with 6 points. Like I could not do a single thing because just my numbers did not roll at all. So that was really unfortunate. But it was still, a pretty cordial game. It wasn't too toxic, which was nice. Yeah, sometimes it just comes down to the dice rolls. I'll go back to the game here. So yeah, I cityed up the wood brick sheep spot, got my ports, double 3 for 1 for the win. And now I'm looking to try to just build more roads, and I have everybody beat on roads except for blue. Even red, like they don't produce that much brick, so I think I'm looking to do a potential road play. I just have to be careful of what blue is doing here. I have to really focus on my production and try to match him on road so I can try to take that. I think I do consider buying more devs because not like everybody else is not really buying a lot of devs, so I'm kind of balancing out like buying devs and production and building roads out. Yeah, I pulled a mono, which I'm really happy about, and I'm trying to like plan around that a little bit. Maybe use it to take road or use it to get another city up on the wheat ore, which is really good. Yeah, so anyways, back to regionals. So on the third game, at this point, I'm at 9-6, and I'm basically out. Like I can't get top four, no matter what happens in the third game. And if you don't get a single win in the first 3 games, you don't get to play a fourth game. So, which on part of me feels like I don't want to play the fourth game because I can't make it to the top four anyways, and part of me feels like, oh, I should try to get the fourth game in. But so anyways, third game, I'm at a table with Navid, Nihad, and someone else. I forget who it was. But yeah, this game was just similar to the second one where just my numbers did not roll at all. We all had a really solid setup. Like we all had ore and wheat and some sheep. But Nihad set up like it was such that it was a bit more road heavy, and he was able to get to a 3 hex spot before anyone else did, and then he got to another spot that was a high production, like a coastal spot, it's like a 6.5 or a 6.9. It was just so strong, and we all blocked him, but like his numbers just rolled like crazy at the perfect time, and he was just able to build, and get the 10 really easily. So there was really nothing we could have done. We tried to like block him out from road and army and everything, but yeah, we were very like working together and coordinated, but there was nothing we could have done. Like, so that was really unfortunate. Um, yeah, so at that point I was pretty discouraged. but uh, but yeah, during game 4 we weren't really allowed to spectate, so some of us just went to a bar next door and watched the World Cup game. But then we came back and saw the ending of it, and things got pretty heated. It was pretty interesting, hearing people just yelling like at each other's throats. Um, Typical Catan players. But yeah, so the 4 people who made it to finals from the Western Regional was 2 people from Washington and then 2 people from California. And in my opinion, all 4 of them really deserved the win. Shout out Ian and Andy from Washington. I played with them a lot, so yeah, I think they totally deserved to win, or to move on to the top 4. Um, okay, so going back to this game I'm showing here, I built those 2 roads really just to get those cards out of my hand. And to open up a settle spot. Like I want to keep that space open in case I need to like just build as many roads as I can in case blue connects. But lucky for me, blue never really connects at all because he's trying to like prioritize his production, which is smart. But like at some point, you gotta take your win condition, especially since I'm holding mono, the Monopoly card. So yeah, I get a bunch of brick. I believe I build a road to the 8-3 here or something. Um, but yeah, looking at everybody's setups, like red really struggled. They wasted a lot of important wheat on development cards, which is probably not the best thing for them. But they should have probably focused on production instead of buying devs, because no one should really be blocking them. They really just got to port their wood for wheat and get a city up as soon as possible. And then black just kind of made that mistake with that road. I mean, he got the free road, but he got plowed there anyways. I think he really should have just taken the 5-4-11 and given up on the 4-11. And then blue is looking pretty solid with the city on the highest producing spot, but yeah, just never took road. Yeah, there we go. So red finally gets his city, and it's probably going to keep mine development cards. Somehow I just cannot pull knights. Like I got a monopoly and a VP. Like the game just did not want me to get knights. So anyways, I'm trying to figure out like a dirty monopoly play here. Let's see what happens. I think there's lots of wood and 8 rolled, so there's lots of ore on the board too. I think I want to get my 6-3-11 city up at some point, so I can just port the 6 wood and the 3 brick for wheat. So I do end up pulling the ore, and luckily, there's just the perfect amount for 2 cities, which gets me to 10 points. So yeah, port the ore for wheat and get 2 more wheat from the roads. And yeah, no one really competed me on roads at all. Like blue should have connected, but he never did. I didn't even need to settle in the open settle spots. But yeah, so that was my game. That game brought me up back to like top 33. Yeah, 9s low rolled, 8s rolled a lot, which helped me. I was on the 6s too, though. 10s helped me a lot, the high 10 rolls. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, I got a lot of production. The 3s never rolled. I don't think. Oh yeah, I was on the wheat 3, but it was. I guess I had the 6 wheat, so it didn't really matter. So yeah, this game. Let's see the ranking. Yeah, it brought me back to number 33. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed watching that gameplay and hearing about the regionals. Follow for more, like and subscribe.